Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we're going to be looking at the 2014 Senate election map if Mitt Romney was president of the United States, meaning he was elected in 2012, and then we will lead into another Republican wave year, just with a Republican in office, which therefore would make it a Democratic wave year, just based off election history and many previous elections, just like 2018 is shaping up to be a Democratic wave year. So, first of all, there are always safe states, but I did not characterize them yet. So, first of all, we'll start off with the, I hate this so much. So right now we're going to put Jeff Sessions safe because he did run unopposed. As for a couple other of these races, let's just see. With some Republicans, we'll start off with Republicans in terms of safe races. Idaho, I would rate as safe for the GOP there. And let's see if there's some other races. Kansas, not so much. Kentucky, not so much. Maine, Suzanne Collins is pretty much just safe at that point in time. Let's see. Scrolling down, Mississippi, Thad Cochran. I think he just recently resigned or retired. Let's see, Nebraska, that one is safe. Ben Sass, outspoken against the president. I know him from his Facebook post back in February 2016. Oklahoma, that one goes to Jim Inhofe. Now, this is the snowball senator I mentioned in my 2010 video. South Carolina, Lindsey Graham would easily win his election there, so that one goes into the safe column for the GOP. As for Tennessee, for right now, we'll come back to that one. For some reason, they did not field a good candidate in South Dakota for the Democrats, so that one goes towards the GOP there. As for the state of Tennessee, Lamar Alexander wins his election there along with Texas. So both of them, I believe, the margins were roughly the same, 61.6% to 61.9% with Texas and the state of Tennessee, respectively. Tennessee, another state going towards the GOP, so we're just filling in the safe states now. Mike Enzi in, I believe that is Wyoming, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is Wyoming. So that one goes safe into the column for the GOP. So I believe I filled in all the safe seats for the GOP. Actually, nope. Oklahoma, second. That one goes towards the GOP, along with South Carolina. Also going for the GOP for safe Democratic seats. We would start off with the state of Hawaii. I believe Jeff Merkley easily won his election here. I'll just check right now. Yes, he did. Let's see. Minnesota, that one I believe is rated as safe by many over there. For predictions, let's see. Illinois was a safe Democratic seat. I believe, yes. Dick Durbin over here. Over in New Jersey, Cory Booker. People think that he might run for president. The state of Delaware, safe for the Democrats. Virginia, somehow characterized as safe for the Democrats, but you know, it wasn't. But since we are against a Republican wave year, this is a Democratic wave year, meaning Virginia would likely remain in the Democratic column. Just it's interesting seeing how they rated that one as safe when it was very, very close, to say the least, about this race. So I pretty much characterized all these safe Democratic seats. Now let's go ahead and look at some of these particular races. So we're going to go starting off with the state of Alaska. I actually think the Democrat would win here, and that's a little surprising, but I think that one could narrowly go towards the Democratic Party. Mark Begich, if I'm not mistaken, against Dan Sullivan. I think Dan Sullivan only won because it was an anti-Obama year. Mark Begich wasn't too popular because he was so closely tied to Obama, one of those pivotal votes for Obamacare. So keep that in mind. But Alaska, if Mitt Romney was president, I think could narrowly go towards the Democratic Party there. Mark Pryor in Arkansas, still not popular enough to survive a wave year. Even if it is a Democratic wave year, I think Tom Cotton could narrowly edge that state out as well. In the state of Colorado, I think that one could narrowly remain in the Democratic column only because Cory Gardner likely only won because of the opposition towards the President of the United States. Keep that in mind. Delaware, nothing really to see there. As for Georgia, I still think David Perdue could narrowly edge that one out, so I'm going to put that one in the leaning column, but still, that race could get a little bit closer. I did not mean to scroll down there. As for the state of Hawaii, special election easily goes towards the Democrats there. In Idaho, Jim Risch easily wins there. In Illinois, Dick Durbin actually didn't super easily win, but won by around 10%. Joni Ernst in Iowa, keep that in mind. That was a state that I still think could narrowly go towards the GOP just because of the popularity of Joni Ernst statewide. But that was a purple state at that point in time. Not so much anymore. So for Kansas, so this is a state that the Republican won by 10%. And all prior election polling actually showed the independent winning in the state of Kansas. However, even though opinion polling did show Greg Orman winning, I'm going to say that we're gonna put let's see. Actually, I can't do that unless I put it in the leaning column. But they have a count independent as because he said he would caucus with the winning party nationwide. But Pat Roberts, the incumbent, would win there very narrowly, though. I think it could get a lot narrower than it was before. In Kentucky, I think Allison Lundigan Grimes really alienated her base by refusing to say who she voted for. So I truly think that Mitch McConnell could narrowly edge that one out, only because he wasn't as unpopular as he is now. I think it was a couple percentage points, but still, in very close elections, a couple percentage points matters a lot. Mary Landrieu pretty much solidly lost this race, even though it was her home state and it was her race to lose. That one still narrowly goes towards the GOP. So the state of Maine, that one we have already covered. As for Massachusetts, that one goes towards the Democratic Party. That was pretty safe. I mean, a 62% margin. As for the state of Michigan, Gary Peters wins there, so that one I'm actually going to put in the safe column. The next state, the state of Minnesota, we've already covered. The state of Mississippi, we have already covered. Montana, we have not covered. Steve Daines actually wins there. Amanda Curtis, I remember seeing her before, but Steve Daines, I think, could narrowly win that one. So, actually, I think that one could go in the likely column. So, I'm going to put that one in the likely column. And now the Republicans officially have the majority in the United States Senate because Mitt Romney would have Paul Ryan as his VP, and the Republicans would now take control of the United States Senate. As for Nebraska, we've already covered that one. The state of New Hampshire, that one I think Jeanne Shaheen could still win. I'm going to put that one in the likely column. Sorry, leaning column, but upper end leaning column. So around 5%. New Jersey we have covered. New Mexico we have covered. North Carolina we have not covered. Kay Hagan I actually think could win this one very narrowly, putting this one in the leaning column for the Democratic Party. As for Oklahoma, that one we have covered. The Oklahoma special election we have covered as well. Oregon we have covered. Let's see. I believe there are a couple more. Rhode Island we did not really cover, but Jack Reed easily won there. That one's safe for the Democratic Party. As for West Virginia, this is the final race. We do need to characterize West Virginia. Let's scroll down and try to find it. Let's see. West Virginia, Sheely Moore Capito wins that one super easily. She won every single county. So that one I'm actually going to put in the safe column for the GOP because of the retiring Democratic incumbent. So this is now the current composition we see now in our current map. 49 Democrats and 51 Republicans. Regardless of the ratings of the races, this is a little bit better of an outcome for the Democratic Party. But still, the GOP takes the majority in the United States Senate. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.